time for Flames Chat down here at the Saddle Dome. I'm Ian Busby of the Calgary Sun alongside Wes Gilbertson. Well, the Calgary Flames were eliminated from the playoffs on Saturday night against the Vancouver Canucks, and it leaves 2 games left in this regular season. Both of them don't mean a whole lot. And where did it go all wrong here, Wes? And what can we say about this week, which isn't going to be very pleasant down here at the Dome?
Well, this is always a tough week for everybody, for the reporters, for the players, for the coaches, for the fans. I mean, not a lot left to play for the Flames. Obviously, it officially ended on Saturday night, but I think that 5-game losing streak in March was kind of where it really started to unravel. So lots of questions to answer this week, lots of what went wrong, where do we go from here, and I guess it'll be a long week at the Dome.
Well, there are a few guys that want to make a good impression for the last couple of games of this season. One of them is Olli Jokinen, their biggest name free agent going into the offseason here. But can fans expect to see him back next year? And is he just going to ask too much money to be priced out of this market?
Well, I think we saw when Olli Jokinen came back a couple years ago that he and his family love it here in Calgary. At that point, Daryl Sutter called him, didn't offer him a lot of money, and told him he wanted him back. What it's going to take to bring him back this year is kind of up in the air. A lot of people were saying he wants term and some substantial money after he had such a great start to the season, but the way he disappeared down the stretch here, maybe there is a discount in it for the Flames. That being said, the way Olli played in the last month or so, they're going to have to decide if they want him back, and I think a lot of people are starting to think that maybe they don't.
A lot of people around the NHL talk about whether this team is going to go into a rebuild process, and it seems like they try to reload every year and do it with the same faces and hope for a different result. That's the definition of insanity, isn't it? Having the same things and trying to have a different result. Is it time that they're going to rebuild? Can they rebuild in this market, do you think?
Well, people like to point up the road to Edmonton where they have Taylor Hall and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Jordan Eberle to show for how bad they were for several years, and they're going to be another lottery team this year, so they're still a ways away from being that much better. And for the Flames, they have so many guys under contract. I don't know if you can do a full rebuild. You kind of start to tinker with the pieces. I think they're going to talk seriously about moving out some of the big guys like Iginla or Kiprusoff if they can get decent return, and from there I guess you retool it as much as you can under the current salary indications. But guys like Glenn Cross, Giordano, Camilleri, I mean, these guys are signed up for a while, so you can't change everything, that's for sure.
Well, and it'll be an interesting summer if they actually come to terms with trading their captain, Jarome Iginla. For Sun News, this is Ian Busby alongside Wes Gilbertson.